If you call me Mama,
I'm gonna get it in the
he
teeth.
calls me Mama all the time at the store.
Big
Mama.
It's a term of endearment because we're women together in life. All right.
Hi everyone, welcome to Eat Well, Be Happy. I'm Deborah.
I'm Michelle.
And we're in the kitchen. We decided we were going to make a nice kind of a spring dinner. A dinner that's fit for a king or a queen, and that's you, but also you could invite the company over for. So we're going to be making an organic fruit salad, a spinach, lentil, and goat cheese salad, and then shrimp with mushrooms. We're going to call them island shrimp to put you in the mind of margaritas and summer. All right, fruit salad.
Okay.
Everything, again, we're using is organic, especially important with fruit because the skins are softer on berries and they do absorb the pesticides and herbicides, so you're worth it. I know that the Environmental Working Group has on its top 10 list of fruits and vegetables that you have to eat organic, and berries is right up there. So make sure. I'm going to cut the pineapple. Michelle is going to top the strawberries. So we're using about a quart of strawberries and a whole pineapple. And we've got in there about 2 to 3 cups of green seedless grapes. And you know a pineapple is ready when the top wiggles, and this one is not wiggling as much as I would like. But there, we got that off. Everybody has a different way of cutting pineapples, but I grew up cutting it this way. It's always nice. It's always rewarding when you see it's not rotten inside.
Do you ever grow a pineapple in your garden?
Yes.
Oh man.
But not in New England. When I was growing up in Florida, my father came back from a business trip to Hawaii with a case of pineapples for my mother, and she took the tops and planted them, and 2 years later we had pineapple plants that were about yay high, and out of the plant comes this beautiful stalk with this red flower, and the red flower kind of grows into a pineapple.
Wow.
Yeah, incredible.
You're almost prehistoric, aren't you?
Yeah, very. I'm just taking out the tough core here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna thing about pineapples, fresh pineapple, not canned pineapple, but fresh pineapple has something called bromelain, which is an enzyme. And if you put a fresh pineapple on your hands and you do this, it gets that sort of sticky, and that's the enzyme starting to work. So if you want to give yourself a facial, you can rub a fresh pineapple all over it, and it will eat away at the dead cells and give you a real glow.
Shiny, and you will smell good too.
Yeah, well. That over the coconut oil and the margaritas, I'm not sure you'll notice the pineapple.
It'll be nice and fruity.
Fruity tooty.
Yes.
There are all kinds of recipes for fruit salads, and my favorite is always pineapple and berries and grapes and either peaches or nectarines. It's just what I love the best. Come on, you. When they look at organic versus non-organic, they definitely are finding that organic has higher ORAC values. And ORAC, I have to look because I never remember. ORAC is an abbreviation for Oxygen Radical Absorbance Capacity. And that term was developed by the National Institutes of Health in Baltimore, and that's how they measure the antioxidants in our food.
Whoa.
So they have found that organic is much higher in ORAC value. So we can't make other claims, but that scientific claim has been made. So you heard it.
All right. How do you want me to cut these
Well,
little
let's
guys?
put the berries in first.
Oh, right. Okay. So I'm going to throw some berries in here.
All right, blueberries.
Blueberries.
A wonderful dark color, so you've got a higher ORAC value in blueberries than lots of other things. And again, in my house, if I'm buying organic, I don't even bother to wash the berries. And Michelle is following suit, although the thought of not washing berries just horrified her. But you know, I've been doing that for many, many, many decades, and I'm alive to tell the tale. Raspberries.
Raspberries, beautiful. They're huge.
Beautiful. And again, they're very soft and they're very porous. So anytime you're getting a raspberry, I mean, it's gotten to the point where if I am not going to be able to eat an organic berry, I just don't eat berries. I go to the market and I look at them, but I just will not buy them. And I usually will try and halve the peach and take off the pit and then just cut it into, you know, wedges. And these are kind of the first of the,
I'm killing
you know
it.
what I would do? Michelle, let's do it this way. Let's
Go
just,
down.
Here, let's just do that
Oh,
and
all
pull them
right.
out.
All right.
This is the first of the
Better.
peaches in our neck of the woods, and we have heard that our peach farmers have had an incredibly difficult season.
Kind of strange weather around here.
So we're not expecting to see New England peaches this year.
Oh no.
That's what they're saying. I hope they're wrong.
Massacre the peach.
And I'm being very wasteful with this pineapple. My mother would really cut out, would have almost no pineapple showing, and she would cut out the little eyes very carefully. Again, I'm in the interest of time being more wasteful, but I'm going to use it in my compost bin, so not to worry.
The compost.
And my hands are so slippery from the enzyme in the pineapple.
Oh.
Okay, let me rinse them, and then I'll be right back. So my knife won't slip for another dish. I'm going to wipe it off the wood.
This peach does smell amazing, though.
They are. They're so tender and so ripe. So if you can't get peaches, use nectarines. I always think of those as hairless peaches, but I know that's not quite accurate. And my mother told me whenever there were berries or stone fruit, to put a little bit of an almond extract. So just a drop or two. It tends to bring out all the flavors. And I know people who don't like almonds because they think that it smells or tastes like cyanide. Well, a little bit, but not to worry. I guarantee you will not go belly up. You like that, Michelle, huh?
The killer fruit salad. No.
You will not die if you eat this fruit salad. I guarantee it. But we could call it the killer fruit salad.
Yes, we could.
All right. And if you like,
It's so pretty.
if the salad is not sweet enough for you, you can add a little bit of honey or a little bit of agave, a little bit of maple syrup. And if you like, you can garnish it with mint or flowers. I am smelling that almond extract. So my question is, Michelle,
Yes.
should we add a little agave or should we leave this one be?
I think you can leave that one be. I think
Okay.
they're all the fruit and the natural. Oh,
There
no.
went to blueberry.
Oh, the natural fruit and the natural sugar in the fruit. Be perfect.
We are going to throw this into the refrigerator just while we're making the other things for you, and then we promise we'll take it out, and we promise we'll give you some for lunch. Let's stick that into the fridge, Madame.
Okay.
And I'm going to get that blueberry that I dropped on the floor here.
That took off.
Oh, sorry. All right. Nexted. You didn't think we'd forgotten you, did you? You didn't think we
That
weren't going to
smells
do a green salad, did you? No. We want you to eat organic, and we want you to be happy as a clam, but we want you to eat green too. We have in here probably about 8 cups of the baby spinach, and if you choose to use another green, that's just fine. But we've been making this one in our kitchen, in our store, like forever. It's
Yeah.
about the 4th or the 5th recipe
It's a big
we
favorite.
introduced when the kitchen opened 26 years ago. All right, lentil, we call it, and it's in our cookbooks too. It's called lentil, spinach, and feta. Today I decided the hell with feta. I felt like using goat cheese. So I hope you feel free to be just as blasphemous and do whatever you want. All right, we have in here about 8 cups of spinach. That's about that's about a half a pound. And that goes, and we are going to be putting in about 2 to 4 cups of zucchini. Again, it's all good. It's all, here's the compost
Thank
little
you.
bucket, madame. I'll put that next to you.
Thank you.
Usually we cut them, how, halfways?
We do long
And
ways.
then just, so Michelle's going to cut the zucchini,
Yep.
and I'm going to get the lentils. So yesterday, actually, and they're still, actually, I cooked them just a short while ago, so they're still quite warm, and I bet you when I put them onto the spinach salad, they will wilt at 1, 2, 3. So we're going to hold off as long as we can. But this was a French blue lentil, they're called. And remember that lentils are part of that bean family. And remember, you want to have some lentils or some beans at least 2 times a week. For all the reasons of helping protect our health, and because they're, I think it's a cup of lentils, a cup of cooked lentils is like 17 grams of protein. I mean, that's a lot of protein. And it's a very cheap steak when you stop to think about it. Think how much you pay for a steak and how much you pay for, a quarter of a cup or a half a cup of lentils. 18 grams of protein, I lied, not 17, 18. I also want to say that lentils have something that is really good for our nails, and it just for our brains, and they have virtually no fat. And if we compare that 18 grams of protein for lentils, for that 1 cup of cooked lentils, and we look at a Big Mac, so a quarter pounder Big Mac, I guess it could be another kind of a Mac too, has 24 grams of protein, which is more, but it weighs in at roughly 450 calories, 19 grams of fat, 17 of which are saturated. So I'm going to say, who's the winner in that round?
Lentils.
Lentils.
Yay.
Ta-da. Not that I don't love my hamburger. Do you love your hamburger?
Do.
Okay.
I do.
But you can have lentils every once in a while. I'm going to dress this. You want us to do it in a bowl, don't you, the dressing?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
I tell you. These people who have to mix their dressings in a bowl, I'm the kind of person who just puts it all together. But
you want your garlic?
we are going to be putting in, it calls for olive oil, it calls for, Michelle's going to be doing about a half a cup of sliced red onion, and it calls for about a quarter of a cup of olive oil. And I know you're using a good olive oil, but I decided today to use a smoked olive oil just to give it a little pizzazz. All of us like some pizzazz in our lives, and we're going to use it because smoked olive oil smoked over pine cones and tastes just like bacon. I kid you not.
Wow.
All right.
Smoked over pine cones.
Didn't you know that?
No, that's so cool.
All right, so about a quarter of a cup. I think that's about a quarter of a cup. And about a quarter of a cup of smoked olive oil, and let me look so I don't mess it up. About the same amount of lemon juice or vinegar. If you like vinegar, you can do that. 2 garlic cloves, and I love my little Roselle garlic press, which is easy in my wrist.
That's
Michelle,
important.
in the store, Michelle always refers to me with a term of endearment. And go ahead, tell them what it is.
I say, hey, Mama.
Do I look like your mother? Do I look like your mother? For crying out loud.
I say that to my daughter, too.
I mean, I am a mother, but do I need to be the world's mother?
Oh, you're the mama at the store. Everybody's mama at the store.
No, I think Roxanne is everyone's mama at the store.
Poor Roxanne.
All right, and I need about a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. You're
gonna dodge? All right, here we go.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
So about a half a.
And that's good salt. You can
Good
tell because
salt.
of the color.
And a half a. See, what a waste of a bowl. Don't you agree? Wouldn't you just put everything right on the salad? What is wrong with other people?
That's how we cook at home. We just throw everything into the bowl.
But on TV, it's fancy. Okay,
Looks
who's going to
good.
get their hands messy, you or me?
All right.
And I'm going to put in about, oh, these lentils are hot.
Ooh.
So when you do this at home, make
Do you
sure your
want a
lentils are
little
cool, because this is probably going to wilt our spinach pretty quickly. That's all right.
You'll kind of melt the goat cheese a little bit,
Well,
maybe,
let's-
and make it creamier.
How about if I toss this with my hands?
All right.
And we usually make this in the store with what kind of cheese, Michelle?
With feta cheese.
With feta cheese.
Which is a little
nice
wetter.
Firm feta cheese, which holds up and doesn't get lost in the salad. But today, because I didn't have feta cheese at home and I had goat cheese, which I've been keeping in my freezer. I mean, I buy a big box of goat cheese and then I divide it up and I put it in my freezer so I don't have to worry about it spoiling. So I took that out, and this is a wonderful goat cheese from, I don't remember where it's from.
France.
France?
France.
France. It's a French goat
Very
cheese.
fancy.
But we are making wonderful goat cheeses in this country right now. I'm delighting in the goat cheeses. How much goat cheese do we want? We want about a cup. Do you want to just crumble some in?
Grab it and go.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm smelling the smoked
Olive oil, yeah.
smoked olive oil.
Does smell good. Does smell like
So
bacon.
again, notice the technique. She's crumbling it rather than just throwing it in and having it mixed. Oh, these people. What do you think? You have all the time and
Be fancy.
you're not going to Timbuktu and back. Just. And if you are a non-dairy person, you know, put something else in here. If you're not a vegetarian, you want to put salami in here, that tastes great too.
Oh man.
If you want to use a smoked tofu, keeping up with the smoked thing, that's fine as well. All right, I'm just going to taste
think
the
that's
spinach.
good?
I think so. Taste it and see what you think. See if you need, I don't think it needs any more oil or lemon, but it might need a little more
Dab
salt.
it in here. Nice. Okay.
That a yes or a no?
That's good. I like the smoked olive oil in there. That's really good. Holy cow. That's mine.
Let's garnish that. She thinks that's hers, but I know you're doing for lunch. And we're going to just put a little dollop of microgreens on top. They kind of get lost there, don't they? But we know they're there. Gives a little heft, gives a little prettiness. All right, Madame,
Yes. What's next?
we need to bring over that little stove,
Okay.
and we're going to do a shrimp dish for you because you're company.
Oh man. This is gonna be good.
When you're using any kind of food, obviously you want the best quality, but I always think with the animal proteins it's really important. And so many shrimp out there are treated with sodium triphosphate, I always forget what it is, but they inject it into the shrimp to make them hold water. And as a result, they're kind of slimy. If you've ever gone to a Chinese restaurant, you have a shrimp that's slimy, chances are it's not the cornstarch, it's the shrimp itself. And again, you want to be paying for your shrimp and not for water, but it's a preservative. And for heaven's sakes, I mean, I want to preserve us with good food. I don't want to be, when they go to bury me or do whatever they do at the end of my life, I don't want them to find pounds of preservative.
Right.
It's hard enough keeping the, slim. I don't need the extra preservatives.
Don't need the extra water.
All right, we're calling this island shrimp. Again, we want to keep you in mind of summer. We're going to be putting 8 cloves of garlic into here.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, here's the garlic press.
All right,
And,
so right into the pan.
Right into the pan.
You want olive oil in there? Oh, you're already
I'm gonna
already
put
on it.
I'm going to be putting in about 4 tablespoons of olive oil.
Alrighty.
This is a nice kind of a buttery olive oil from Israel. And I'm going to turn that on a very little bit. That might be too much, actually. So we'll see.
We'll see if we start.
So
Burning
8
the
cloves
place
of
down.
garlic, and the recipe in our cookbook calls for a whole jalapeno pepper. Couldn't find one for love or for money. I went to our store, I went to
Really?
2 markets, nobody had a jalapeno. So
Oh.
again, we're gonna improvise, just like I hope you feel free to in the kitchen. So we're gonna use these little pizza chili pepper flakes. So we're gonna use about a teaspoon of those, or
That will give it good color though too.
yeah. And then, where did our shrimp go? Here's our shrimp.
There it is.
We're going to put in our shrimp. So we have here about 2 pounds of shrimp. And
Can you use any size shrimp?
you can use any size. Depends on what you feel like doing.
Oh.
And then Michelle is just going to stir these until they get pink. That's
All
how
right.
you know the shrimp is done. It gets pink. Oh, I'm smelling that garlic. I'm in heaven when I smell garlic.
This is a great dish because they're so fast.
Yeah.
They cook so fast. Try to give them some room.
Ah,
Spread out, spread out. So are we putting mushrooms in here too?
yes, we should have put the mushrooms in right away. Okay. You want to
I'll
get the
do-
tops
yep.
off these?
Sure.
We're going to be putting in about 2 to 4 cups mushrooms, and I chose to use the medicinal mushrooms. So we have here maitakes, hen in the woods, and they are really, they're one of the mushrooms that are just used in Asia for healing purposes. Use the whole thing, just crumble them. And Michelle, we're using a shiitake, and she's cutting the very ends off, and then we're using again the whole thing. Shiitakes, really strong little critters. Impervious to squeezing, impervious to damage because they are so medicinal. And I know I've said this before, but mushrooms are one food they say actually improves with some cooking. So for instance, a lot of people will serve a spinach salad with raw mushrooms. That is not as good for us in terms of being able to digest them as it is putting them in and cooking them for a little bit. You want me to help?
Sure.
We should have put the mushrooms in right away. That's my fault.
It will still be good.
And I love the fact, I should have pointed out the mushrooms, a lot of them are being grown locally now. All of a sudden, there's a whole new crop of young people who are growing these wonderful exotic mushrooms.
It's great to see.
Yeah. Yep. Shiitakes have a property that they say helps fight cancer. They're really strong. So we've got our 8 cloves of garlic. We've got our pizza peppers, or 1 jalapeno. And then we have in there a thyme. So let's put thyme.
Yep.
Not that kind of thyme. Not that kind of thyme. This kind of thyme. This is for my garden. So we'll just. that look pretty?
Lovely. And we're putting this over rice today?
Yes, we are. And we're going to use the black rice from China. I keep making a mistake and saying it's from Japan, but it's from China.
Forbidden rice?
Forbidden rice.
So fancy.
And why is it forbidden?
No idea.
Because it was reserved for the royal family, and anyone else who was caught with that rice was off with their head.
What?
Yeah.
Good grief.
Okay, rice. When you cook any rice, I think it's 2 parts water to 1 part rice. And I think that whole grain rices take longer to cook, so this was about 45 minutes.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just going to put that on the plate.
That's gorgeous.
I love this. It's not only has a wonderful dramatic color, but it's a really kind of a nutty,
I was just going to say, you can smell it.
yeah, nutty, aromatic, chewy. How are our shrimp doing?
They're getting there.
You think we need a little more olive oil?
Maybe maybe a little pinch.
Would
Sure.
she have suggested herself? Probably not.
Hey, this is your show, lady. You're doing it.
Well, you're going to help eat it with all of us.
Whoop, whoop. All right, that one's good.
So when I cooked the rice, I had put just a pinch of salt in there, just in case the sauce wasn't salty enough. All right, so in our
That's
shrimp there,
beautiful.
we've got our thyme, we've got our olive oil, we don't have our lemon juice yet.
Oh, yep.
Here comes the lemon juice. Shrimp or seafood and lemon is just wonderful. There's our lemon juice. And a pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in there.
Just flipping some guys here.
Okay.
Ooh,
And did we add any salt to there yet?
we did not.
All right, let's add a little salt
Did
too.
not. All right.
Okay. Reconnoitering. 8 cloves of garlic, 1 jalapeno or some pizza peppers.
Yep.
4 tablespoons of minced scallions, which we're going to use on top.
Yes.
A teaspoon of thyme, 4 tablespoons of an extra virgin olive oil, the real deal. 2 tablespoons lemon juice, 2 pounds of shrimp, 2 cups of sliced mushrooms. Use whatever kind your heart desires.
These are gorgeous.
They are. And a teaspoon of pepper. And so we saute all that together. We stir till the shrimp are pink. They look pink
Pink
to
shrimp.
me. Let me get you another pot holder, and then we're just going to turn that out onto the plate, Michelle. Maybe you can do that.
Okay.
Are we going to do this jointly? Or
Let me see.
You want another pot holder?
No.
No.
Nope. Do you want it all out?
Yeah. Sauce and all.
Sauce and all. Trying not to splash it all over the place.
So I would say this would feed 6 to 8 people, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, this is a
And the
lot
salad,
of shrimp.
6 to 8 people. So we have this really wonderful dinner coming together here. Let me get that out of your way.
We got so much shrimp on here, we can't see the rice. Here's your
Scallions.
scallions.
So we're going to sprinkle scallions. Scallions, as we all know, these are also from the garden, are part of the allium or the onion family.
Yes.
They make your nose run, and that's a good thing. So it keeps your sinuses
Nice
kind of
and
clear
clear.
and moving. Let's take our fruit salad out.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure that I want to talk about rice for a minute. And I don't know about you, but information goes in and goes out. So I have my little cheat sheets here. But the black rice, because of its dark color, has lots of something called anthocyanins. And I think we're going to dish out. Do we have a plate? We were going to.
We have a lovely plate.
Let's not worry about it. Okay, black rice has lots of anthocyanins, which is that antioxidant that really helps prevent plaque buildup. And you know how important that is. If we get
For
plaque
heart.
buildup, it's possible we can get heart attacks or we have other things. At any rate, plaque buildup is the most common reason why heart attacks occur. Not the only one. And anthocyanins
rice.
also help control cholesterol levels. So that does that with its dark color, the anthocyanins. But this rice is also a whole grain rice, so it has all the bran and all the fiber. I do want to, let's go back to the fruit salad for just a second.
Sure.
Is that our stir for
That's
fruit
our
salad?
stir for fruit salad.
Okay. I just
Want it
want
close to you?
Yeah.
There you go.
I just want to talk again about all the colors here. So we've got the bright reds, and we've got the yellows and greens and the bright blues. So we eat with our eyes as well as with our taste buds. Our taste buds are going to have a picnic here.
Oh gosh.
But we also want to eat with our eyes, and the more colors we get, the better it is for us. And honey, you are so worth it. So
Yeah.
I want to say that. What's your favorite fruit here, though, Michelle?
Probably the peaches.
The peaches?
Yeah, because you only come around once a year.
Yeah.
And it really feels like summer when you have a peach.
Well, we could have put more peaches in for you. I'm sorry we didn't. Again, today, Michelle and I have had a blast in the kitchen.
Yes.
We've made an island shrimp over a black rice.
Very good for you.
We've made a spinach.
Beautiful spinach lentil feta with smoked olive oil.
And today we used
Fantastic.
goat instead of feta.
Oh, yes, we
And
did.
we've made a fresh fruit salad. So from
Little
Deborah
thought. And Michelle.
Sorry, I'm about to pull her hair out. Remember, we want you to eat organic, and we want you to eat well and be happy.